Hey my peoples, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Today is another video, but this video is different from my other videos. Today we are going to be talking about a movie, and I'm probably going to start this series on my channel of where I talk about like the movies I've watched that are not that good. So yeah, that might be a series on my channel. I might make that a series on my channel, but I really want to talk about this movie today because I did tell you guys in my other video that I was going to do something about films and movies and everything like that, and I'm learning about that. But before we get into the video, I'm using the back of my camera right now, and you can see all my pimples, all my bumps. And if I'm looking at a lot over here, I'm looking at my mirror so I could see what I'm doing in the camera. But I have a whole bunch of bumps right now. You can see all my pimples and everything. I know. So today we are going to be talking about a movie called Swiped or Swiped. I got this video idea from Trin Lavelle or Love L. Yeah, her YouTube will be down in the description, and also I think YouTube took down the video because she had complications or something like that. But yeah, so I want to talk about this movie today because I told you guys I was going to do a film type thing, and I will be doing like these kind of review movie type things. I did do this video once, but I deleted it because it just wasn't good. But I have my notes here, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot of these because, like, you know, I need something new on my channel and something that I wouldn't usually do. So yeah, let's get. So this video will be being in parts in different segments. So the first segment is the characters. Paper right here, and I didn't write down all the characters. I wrote down some of the main characters, but I didn't write down all the characters because I didn't get all of them. So I got all my information, all the information I got this from will be linked in the description. So here are the cast. We have Nathan Gamble playing as Daniel. I'll put the picture somewhere. Playing as Daniel. Kendall Sanders playing as James Singer, which is the main character. Noah Centineo as Lance Black, which I guess is the second main character. Leigh Allen Baker is the mom. I didn't like pay attention. Like, I pay attention to some people's names, but some people that I don't really want to pay attention to. I don't really pay attention to the names, but that's the mom from what's it called? Good Luck Charlie. Kalani Hilker, which is a sister of James Singer. George Hamilton, I can't see. Yeah, Hamilton is Phil, which is also which is James' grandpa. Kristen Johnson is Professor Barnes. Elena Stewart is Grandma, which is married to Phil and is James' grandma. Shelby Wolfert is Hannah. Steve Darren is James's dad. And Kristen H, I forgot his last name, so I put H. In the movie, it was when him and Hannah were talking, and he said Rob, so I put down Rob first, but his name was actually Wesley. So those were the characters of the story. Not the story, the movie. Those are characters of the movie. Now let's go on to our next segment, which is what the movie is about. I wrote it down so I can, remember, because I haven't watched this movie for about like 2 weeks. I watched it twice so I can, get all the information, but I didn't watch it for like 2 weeks, so I don't really remember. But I watched it the first time. I watched the movie the first time, and that's when we got Netflix back, and I was like, ooh, what's this movie? It has no Centineo in it. And I watched it, and I was like, what am I watching? But then I was like, oh, I should do because I told you guys I was going to do some different things on my channel, and I want to do things about film because I like films, and I wanted to do a review and critique the movie, and I did some information, and I still need more information on how to critique a movie. Like, that film that I made, cringe, super cringe, and like, I know I shouldn't be talking about any other people's movies, but that movie was like nothing. Like, it was just for fun, I guess, and just to try out doing film for myself, which also, guys, I will be doing something like that, but better and with better actors, because those were my family members and they had no experience of acting. Okay, so this movie was about a boy named James, which is the main character. My back. Who is a freshman in college. Even though this seemed like a high school type movie, like, but he's like a freshman in college. He has a roommate named Lance Black. Lance and his friends wants to make an app where people can just hook up, don't remember anybody's names, don't have to tell anybody their names, just hook up, that's it, they're gone, for life, bye, chew. So they use James's help, since he's the smart one, to make the app called Jungle, which I don't know why the movie is called Swiped when the app is called Jungle, but yeah. So since James was a smart one, he decided to make the app because Lance said that he will pay him his way into getting into an Ivy League college, which I'll be talking about later because like it doesn't make any sense, but I'll talk about that later. So yeah, that was the plot, not the plot, what the story was about. Let's get into the movie. Now the movie, tomatoes. The tomato meter is 20%, and then the audience score is 59%. The first time I watched this movie, I was like, when I first seen it, I was like, it's a No Centineo movie. It might be good, you know? It's a little romance movie. This movie was actually supposedly supposed to be a comedy movie. So yeah, you're wrong. Movie, because like he's in like all romance movies, teenage romance movies. So I was like, let me see. I watched it and I was like, and it was just so cringy. It was cringing me out so badly. I was just like, oh my god. I took notes. I watched it twice, which cringed even more. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys some things that I took. I got a whole bunch of notes, but I'm probably gonna tell you guys about four of them. Like what the problems were to me in this movie and what I just didn't understand. So yeah, here Lance is in bed with a girl named Rachel, which I'll put her thing somewhere because I don't think I wrote her down. But Rachel has this is when he was in the bed with her and that James was trying to get into the room for something, and then Noah was like, why do I keep saying Noah? Lance was like, no, right now, not right now, I'm with a girl, whatever. And it was Rachel. So then Lance's dad was knocking in the morning, like, open up, B. So, Lance was like, oh my god, my dad's here. He has to give me all my stuff. Oh my god. So then takes the cover off, and like, she's wearing a black dress. All her clothes on. Black dress. Then, like, the camera is moving to the other side of the bed, and there's a pink nightgown or dress or whatever it is on the bed. It's on the bed. Not on the bed, but it's like hanging off the bed. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Something ain't right.
Did she like change or something? Did she like, it looks so like planned out of where they like put it and everything. Like, it didn't look like it was like thrown around. It looked so planned out. And then like it was just there, and I'm like, whose is that? Is that hers? Is that somebody else's? Another problem was when Rachel had to leave because Lance's dad was here. He was like banging like crazy, like a freaking serial killer or whatever. And then she has to jump out the window. She didn't even have to jump out the window. And then he yells out, Bim something, somebody catch her or whatever. Who are you yelling at? You're on the first floor. It looks like he's on the first floor. His room's on the first floor. He jumps out the window. She didn't have to really do all of that, to be honest. She didn't have to be like, whatever. But like, it looked like they're on the first floor. A lot of people were like, if James can't go into an Ivy League school because he doesn't have the money for it. Why in a scene where his dad and James were at their grandparents' house, and it was a huge house. It was humongous. It wasn't even a house. It was a mansion. And they're like, does how his grandparents can't pay? Like, you're living in a mansion. But it was probably, they probably rented out the house or something like that, and they wanted a nice house for the movie, I guess. I don't know. Or like, they should have showed him in like a regular house, with a regular family, not a rich whole grandparents and everything family. They should have just shot it at a regular house. I don't know. They should have showed us that he couldn't pay for it, because it seemed like his grandparents or his dad could have paid for it. But probably he had problems. They had problems. I don't know. I did notice that James never got paid. Like, I never see him get paid. Like, I didn't see him get paid. Like, I thought once he made it, the app, that he would get paid. Like, the app was up for a little while. You didn't pay him. Confused. I would have been like, okay, I made the app. Where's my money? Who hangs out in the hallway in college? There was a scene where Lance was getting James a tray of tea because he was sick and he couldn't work, and he needed to feel better to work. So Lance went to go get him some tea. And he was walking through the hallways, and I'm like, why are all those boys just standing on the side, just doing, I don't even know what they were even doing. They were just standing in the hallway, like what you would do in high school. And it's like, aren't you guys in college? Well, shouldn't y'all be in your dorms or going to a party or going to your class? Like, why are you standing there? And none of them were even talking. They were just standing in the hallway. It looked so planned out. And like all the other hallways that you probably like would see, nobody was standing in those hallways except for that one hallway. Another scene is where we see the sorority house. It didn't even look like a sorority house. Like, you would never know if that's a sorority house until one of them said, this is a sorority house or whatever. And it was like, that looked like a regular house to me. So, and then the last one, I have like a lot of notes, but some of them are just, not relevant. But it says, when class started in one of the scenes, when it was the first day of class or whatever. And I think that's when Lance came in with a whole bunch of lip gloss on his face, smudged on his face. And the girl didn't have lip gloss on, but it doesn't matter. But he came in class, and then he was talking. Then the teacher, Professor Barnes, was like, did you guys do the syllabus or homework or something like that? And then James was like, yeah, I did it. But then he was like, oh, no, I didn't do it. And then she was like, you're going to do this in my class. If you want to get a class, you're going to do this. You're going to pass, you're going to do this. Class dismissed. Class just started. It seemed like class just started because she wasn't saying anything when Noah, why do I keep saying Noah? When Lance walked in, like, it was Lance. Well, we know Lance was late, but it seemed like class just started. So I don't know. Next segment is the questions I asked and answered about this film. Now, what you mean by that is, like, I was searching up some critiquing questions that you would ask when you're watching a movie, or that you will answer and ask or whatever to yourself while you're critiquing a movie. And like, I'm still learning on how to, so don't come for me and be like, you can't critique that, mommy. Mommy. I'm just learning. So then I'll only answer some of them, but I'm not going to read to you like all the questions. I'm going to read the ones that I've answered. So first question that I answered was, what was the movie about, which I told you guys. And then it says, blah, 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 was it interesting? No. How was the plot? The plot, I did a basic plot diagram with it, and I was just doing, the basic plot diagram that you do in, like, reading, language arts in, like, middle school, elementary, high school, whatever, and I did the basic plot ever. I did the exposition, the rising action, the climax where the conflict happens, the falling action, and then the resolution. Exposition is the beginning. So the exposition is where, you meet the characters, you get to know the characters, you get to know what the story, half of the story's about, and everything. So let me see. I didn't write down, the plot diagram, so I have to think from it on my head. So we meet the characters, so that's one. And we get to see, all the, people and, their personalities and everything. And then we get to know what the story's about. So, like, it's about, because this is when Lance, Daniel, and Wesley make up, they want to do a whole dating hookup app type thing. So then they tell that to James, and then that's when the rising action happens, I guess. That's where James makes the app, and he uploads it or whatever, and then, yeah. Climax is where the conflict happens, is where James knows that his mom is using it, I guess, and then he shuts down the app, and then that's when everybody's like, did Lance or whatever make this app, or did you guys shut it down or whatever, and like all the other apps are down. Like, I don't even know how you do that. I put all the other dating apps are down, but yeah. And then the falling action happens, I guess, is where Lance tells Hannah about what James does, and then James is like, oh my god, I didn't do it, no. And she was like, oh, thank God. And then they were like, yes, you did, yes, you did. And he was like, you did? Oh my god. He was like, I love you, Hannah. Oh my god, you do? That happened. And then the resolution is where everything ends, and like everybody's fall in love with everybody, and it's like, okay. Did you like the characters? No, because they're very stereotyped. Like I said in the beginning, they're very stereotyped. Because James, since he had glasses, he was like the smart one, and then Lance, since he was attractive, kind of, he was, the cool boy who got all the girls on him. And then, Wesley and Daniel, since they're like his friends, I guess they're, kind of dumb. Hannah, since she was like in one of the scenes, I'm not like any other girl. Like, I was like born in like the wrong century or something, and like I read a lot of books, and like I don't use dating apps. I do the same, Hannah. You're not the only one who does it, okay, Hannah. What else? The sorority girls are like, oh my god, we never had boyfriends or whatever. They only sleep with us or whatever. We only have hookups or whatever. Like, I don't know. And it says Warrior Trust using a unique way to tell the story, kind of, but like I said in the other part or whatever, the girls were in frame. The girls were in frame the whole entire time, even though I thought they left. They were standing there the whole entire time, and it was just so cringy to me. They should have like put them somewhere else. Like, why did they leave them right there? They should have put them in like the room over there. Another shot was when Hannah and James were kissing, and they were even in the frame. They weren't even in the frame. It was the girls, and it was this one girl like. We don't want to see you. We want to see them. That's the main people. We don't want to see her in the background. Like, no. The settings of the movie. Were the settings believable in this movie? No, because the sorority house, we didn't even think it was a sorority. The college, we didn't think it was a college. The classroom was hecka small. I thought college rooms were supposed to be bigger. Well, it looks like a community college to me. It doesn't look like an actual college. What else? The house that James was living in, and he said he couldn't pay for his college or whatever, his college tuition. Honey, you should have gave him a small house, something like this house or something like that, and show that he was in a struggling family, or he was in a regular family that was making money but didn't have enough to help him. Or if you did want to go full on out, you could have just got a nice house, but like not too big, like a whole mansion that he was living in. Here's our next segment, is the other people's opinion. Other people's opinions. Why did I say these other people's opinions? The swiped reviews that I got, and I'll put them in the description of where I got them from. This is the first review. Satire about hooking up in the digital age misfires. The second review is Swiped is a comedy that is not funny. Granted, such things are widely subjective. Beyond that, though, its take on relationships is remarkably dated. And if I'm like squinting so hard, it's because like the paper's all the way down here and I can't really see because I need glasses. But it says the third review is a tender-hearted comedy about the importance of face-to-face connections in an increasingly disconnected world. Now, I wrote down these three because I agree with all three of these. This movie was not funny at all. Like, how is it a comedy, but it wasn't funny? The only thing that was funny was when Hannah tripped. That was the only part that was funny. My opinion of the movie. Now, we don't need any papers for this. We just need my mind. We just need my brain. What I think about this movie is that I don't think it was good to be like a whole blockbuster, famous worldwide movie at all. It didn't hit that nowhere near. This film was just not that good. I might do other videos like this soon. I'm going to be watching a lot of Netflix movies to see what the movie is about. I'm going to be writing a whole bunch of stuff. I might do these like once a month or twice a month or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, you can go ahead, do whatever you want. My social media will be down in the description, and whatever the sources I've used will be also down in the description. And yeah, new videos almost every week. I'm trying to do that. And yeah, I will probably be doing a lot more videos like this, and I will be doing an art video soon, and I will be doing a challenge video, and I'm starting that today. So yeah, and then I'm also going to be doing a get ready with me for school or with orientation, but I don't know if I'm going to have orientation or not, so I might do that video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, bye. I'm sorry that you have to look at these bumps all day. I'm so sorry.